Bro, I'm editing today's video and like I admit it sounds very schizo. Like some of you guys are not gonna agree with me in the stuff that I said in this video. But like trust me, I feel like if I didn't talk about these things that I talked about in the video, like I'd be doing a lot of you guys a disservice. Like I use these methods that I talked about in the video and they've served me super well. So even if you don't agree with what I'm gonna be saying in this whole video, keep watching, bro, because trust me, like some of these things, they're so hard to find on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, listen guys, today's video is not gonna be a step-by-step. It's gonna be more of like a schizo video. Meaning, I'll be talking to you about the hidden things about how I made this much money without me having to do like much, bro. And without me even intending to make this much money. Like obviously this is not a crazy amount. It's just that the way it happened was just so effortless. To the point where I'm almost like, bro, like how did that even happen? Like I didn't even mean to make it like that. So let me tell you the story behind this. So a few days ago, my dad actually came up to me and he was just like, let's go to umrah. For those of you who don't know, umrah is basically when you go to Mecca and you just do like this pilgrimage, like rituals, where usually it brings a lot of blessings. Like a lot of blessings when you come back. So he basically wanted us to go, like the entire family. And I'm just like, okay, sure, like let's do it. But in my head, the whole time I was like, how can I do this umrah to the point where if I go and do it, it'll feel like I actually did it for free. Like I didn't really pay anything for it. Like I wanted to make it seem like the whole thing for me was free. So here's exactly what I did to basically kind of like do the umrah for free, where it didn't really feel like it decreased any of my wealth. So listen, these are hidden things I did. It's not like a step-by-step where I usually show it in my other videos. So don't focus too much on how I made the money, but just focus more so on what I did to help me do the things that I had to do to make this money. Because the method could have been anything. I used affiliate marketing, but it could have been anything. Okay, so the very first thing I did was actually a mental shift. It's a mindset shift. So basically, bro, I started realizing the truth behind the world. So the truth, bro, behind the world is that all of us, like literally every single human, is actually abundant. Like we're all rich, bro. Like there's not a single one of us who's actually poor. Even if you think you're poor, you're not actually poor. It's just your brain believing that you're poor. So we don't have poor people, we just have people who believe they're poor. So to give you an example, back when I had no money, like literally below money, below zero, so I used to look at my bank and I used to basically see like negative money. So at the time, it actually made me believe that I have no money. In fact, it made me believe I have zero and less than zero, which is so funny. But bro, what's crazy is as soon as I started realizing that my bank is not like what actually defines me, it changed my whole view. Like my entire view was changed. So this might sound delusional, which it actually is, but I started thinking that my bank is not the one on my phone. Like whatever's on my phone is not actually my bank. But my bank, like my wealth, is actually with Allah, like God, the creator of the universe. Look, even if you're not religious, keep listening. This is actually very beneficial. So my bank, bro, is actually with the one that created the entire universe. So like how much money do I have on that bank? Bro, like trillions of dollars. Like more than that, bro. Because like how much wealth do you think the creator that created like the trees, the seas, the freaking entire earth and the skies, like how much money does he have? Or how much wealth does he have? Freaking unlimited, like infinity. So like it doesn't matter if you're a human or an animal or whatever, every creation is always getting exactly what they need. Like there's no one, bro, in lack. Lack doesn't actually exist, and that's what's so crazy. So bro, like all I had to do was just find a way to like finally tap into this wealth and then just get some for myself. And bro, like this wealth is always available. Like every single moment it's available and you can just tap into it. So bro, like when I realized that, like it actually freaking blew my mind. I'm just like, bro, like we're such dum-dums for not realizing this truth. To Allah, like $1 million, $100,000, or $100 million, to Allah it's all the same. Like if someone was asking Allah for like 100k and then someone else was like, I want 100 million, like Allah's gonna use the same amount of effort or even no effort to give that person what they want. So you have to be realizing, you gotta have like this shift in your mindset that in nature, everything is the same. So this is the thing, in my head I'm just like, bro, just pick a number. Like just pick a number and that's it. What do you want? And so in my head at the time I was like, okay, well I want to have as much money, like the same exact amount of money to pay for this whole umrah thing for myself. But then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to Saudi, so I want to like buy some stuff too for like a marriage that's supposed to be coming up. So I'm just like, I want to have as much money too, so I can pay for that stuff for the marriage, where it'll still feel like it's free and didn't decrease anything from my bank. So this is step one, bro. It's just a mindset shift. Realize that your mind is actually lying to you, bro. It's literally lying. Like you are more freaking powerful than you think. Bro, you're more freaking powerful than you can imagine. Because you always have like access in every single moment to this creator where you can ask him anything that you want. And then whatever you ask is literally going to be given to you. And it doesn't matter if it's like you're Muslim or non-Muslim, the creator created everything. So you just gotta ask and that's it. Like bro, even if you're living like a life of disobedience, he still gives. It's so generous, bro. There's actually even a saying where it says, if every human on earth, like literally every human and creature, came and they're asking for anything their heart desires from the creator, and then the creator actually gives it, it wouldn't decrease anything from what he has. It'll basically be like when you take a needle and you put it in the ocean and you take some of the water out, like that's how much is going to decrease from his wealth. Like, bro, close to nothing, like it's literally nothing. So just realize, bro, we're actually dealing with infinity here. And once again, bro, it doesn't matter if you're not Muslim. You can access this anytime you want. So then anyway, so once I actually asked the creator to give me whatever exact money that I wanted to pay for the umrah and for the stuff that I had to buy for the marriage, I'm just like, the way that you usually get things is through inspiration and coincidences. So let me explain. Bro, have you noticed that sometimes people do things where they don't even mean to do it, but it just so happens that whatever they're doing in that moment becomes like the perfect action. Like sometimes we do things and it just so happens that it's perfect. So for me, I'm like, I want this much money to come inside my bank account so I wouldn't have to really pay anything for the umrah. So what started happening is that I started to come across videos of this thing called the Amazon Influencer Program. So all of a sudden I'm seeing people who don't look smarter than me, like no offense, but they don't look smarter than me, who are making so much money from the Amazon Influencer Program thing, starting with literally $0. So I'm just like, I started getting more inspiration. I'm like, let me try this thing out. So I started to try it out, and then it's like a month later, I made $4,000 just like that. And what's funny is that with this program, like you want to be taking videos of products around the house or just product that you have, and it just so happens, if you just look around here, there's so many freaking products in the house. So I made almost 600 videos, and then as a result, it just made me $4,000 so far. Like, bro, the way it happened to me was so unreal, because what happened is that I just started to get this inspiration, like this little inkling, where I'm just like, let me turn on the laptop, let me go click on these videos, let me watch this, let me do that. And then it's just like a series of actions that happen without me even thinking about it. And then it just led me to this. And then what's crazy is that so far, like I literally made the same exact amount of money that I needed to pay for whatever things I bought when I was in Umrah. Now, once again, this is only $4,000. It's not like that crazy amount of money, but I used the same exact idea when I was first starting to dropship. So at the time before I started, I'm just like, I want to make so much money where I can actually help my parents to pay the house, right? And to basically make the house payments. So I'm just like, Allah help me make this much so I can do this. And then I just started getting inspiration where you could even say that the winning product literally comes to you. Like the winning product that I had at the time, bro, like it's the most obvious winning product, and it just came to me. I didn't even have to use like any of the freaking research tools that we use. And then eventually I started making good money with dropshipping, so I was able to actually help my parents like I wanted to. Because Habibi realized, like nature, the way nature works is that it does things in the least amount of energy used. Like there are certain laws that nature always abounds by or binds by, just literally does, you know? So when you put too much effort, like forced effort, usually you don't see results. But then it's like the effort that just comes from inspiration and that just comes to you in the moment, usually that turns out like the best effort and actually gets you the results. So for me, when I'm making the most money, bro, I don't work, but I flow. I literally just flow. Like whatever idea I get in the moment, I'm in tune with it, and then I just go and implement it, and it just so happens that this was the best idea that I could have done. Like, bro, even when I make videos right now, like, bro, sometimes I say things that even me, I'm like, bro, that's freaking powerful. And then sometimes, bro, I say things that I'm like I'm editing them, and I'm like, that's so funny. Like, I'm thinking, I'm like, where does that even come from? Like, sometimes I don't even know how I come up with things, but yet, like, I still say them and do them somehow. And so I realized, like, I don't come up with these things, bro. They just come to me. Like, they literally just come to me in the moment. So, bro, like, I try to only act nowadays only through inspiration. Because, like, anytime I do, it just, like, bro, it just brings good results. And, bro, like, even if you look at, like, the great people in history, like, just for example, Kobe Bryant. So, Kobe Bryant used to say, it's like, when he's in the basketball field and he's, like, playing, he forgets himself. Like, he doesn't know who Kobe is anymore. He just flows. And then that's the idea. Like, ask Allah first, ask for whatever you want, and then just forget yourself. Like, stop thinking. Like, literally just start acting and start moving. Because, bro, like, whatever movement you do, it'll come from inspiration and it'll have, like, the most blessings in it. And then it's like, the more you do that, the more you'll actually notice that you're reaching closer to your goal. Like, nowadays, like, I try to not even think anymore. Like, thinking is just too slow. Like, I just try to act. It's like, just do this, do this, do this, do this, and that's it. It's literally almost like when you let God, like, flow through you. So there's actually a saying by the Prophet, peace be upon him, that says that Allah has actually said when He loves you, He becomes the hearing that you hear with. He becomes the eyes which you see with, and then the hands which you act through, and the feet on which you walk with. And then whatever you ask of Allah, Allah gives. Which is insane, because whenever you get into, like, that float state, like, you actually forget yourself. You forget who you are, and you just start flowing and you start acting. It's like, who is doing that? So there's actually another saying from the Prophet, peace be upon him, that says that if you actually put your trust in Allah, the way it's supposed to be put, like, not like 20% trust or 50% trust. No, like 100%, bro. 100% trust. He's gonna give you wealth the same way He gives a bird wealth. And then once again, it's like the bird. I love birds, bro. But like, you look at a bird, how does he get his wealth? How does he get his sustenance? He just literally wakes up, goes and does whatever action he needs to do, and then comes back, always comes back with a full stomach, and that's it. And it's like, once again, like the bird, I don't think he wakes up, he's like, oh no, my bank is at 0, my bank is at negative 1,000. Like the bird is literally just like, okay, I wake up, I gotta find the worms, and then that's it. and bro, like, he's always successful. So let me give you like a few practical tips to actually do this thing, where I don't even know what to call this, bro, but it's just like, it's literally just a mindset hack, and that's it. So look, the very first thing you have to realize is that you are not your brain. Like whatever thoughts that come to you throughout the day in your mind, just realize that that's not you. And then once you realize that that's actually not you, you're gonna have to like distinguish between the inspirational thoughts and then like the negative thoughts. And that shouldn't be that hard, because what you'll notice is that whenever you actually put a goal to yourself, whatever the goal is, let's just say you're like, I want to start making $100,000 a month. So when you actually just say that, when you say that to yourself, your brain is going to start giving you a set of excuses, or just like a set of objections. So it's going to be like, bro, how are you going to make $100,000 a month when you can't even make $10, or when you can't even make $1,000? And it's going to be like, bro, you look at your bank account right now and it's freaking 0. How are you going to make 100K? And so you just got to realize that your mind is basically saying that, not you. The real you is freaking wealthy. It's freaking like abundant. It's everything, bro. But the fake you, which is your mind, is going to be like, oh man, but you suck, bro. You're so bad at freaking doing anything. How are you gonna make 100K? So once you're able to actually make this distinction, and then you separate like the bad mind and the good mind, you'll be able to like actually know like who is saying these things to me and who is inspiring me to do things that are right. So then once you learn to ignore like the negative mind, the one that's always trying to put you down, then like the sound of inspiration is gonna come to you, bro. Like it's literally gonna come to you, which is crazy. So it's almost like you actually have to learn how to become in tune with your intuition. Because bro, if you think about it, most of us are literally living here. Like you see this right here? So most of us are just living here. But it's like, you gotta learn to get out of here. We're just living in the head, so learn to actually get out of it. And then when you actually get out of it, you start to go down, right? Like you realize there's actually more things around your body that can give you thoughts, that can give you inspiration. Like there's actually a way to live where you can just live through the heart. Like literally through the heart, not through the brain. So the brain is gonna be like mute. It's not even gonna be thinking anything. But you're just living through the heart. And that's what's so crazy. When you live through the heart, it's almost like you walk around and birds smile at you. Like trees, they smile at you. Just things smile at you. And it's like you become harmonious with the earth because you're living through the heart. And it's like whatever you want, you just have to will it. And then inspiration is literally going to start coming to you, where you'll basically start to do things that get you closer to the goal. So that's what you need to know. You have to like realize, when is your mind talking and when is inspiration or the heart talking? And the mind is always going to be negative, because the mind is very limited, bro. It's super limited. And then once you actually learn to control it, like, bro, the world is yours. So that's one way to achieve this, which is basically, you could say, through the realization. Other ways to achieve this is through meditation. So I used to meditate, but then I stopped, because now I'm like, I just started realizing, I'm like, bro, like every moment, like I just have to be aware of what's going on inside my head, inside my body, like in every moment, and that's it. And then once I'm actually aware throughout the entire day, like in every single moment of the day, like why do I need to meditate? Like I'm aware, I know what's happening inside my brain, I know the thoughts that I'm having, like I know everything that's in here. So why do I need meditation? So that's for me. But when I first started to do meditation, it actually did help. But more meditation is just like, you just sit down and close your eyes, and it's just be aware of the thoughts that are coming. Like just look at the thoughts that are coming and just let them pass by. Like that's literally what meditation is, for me at least. Like it's nothing complicated, but it's like, do I really need to dedicate a certain amount of time throughout the day to like just literally sit down and see these thoughts passing by? Like I do that every single moment. I know what's happening right now too. But then once you actually start to like see the thoughts passing by and realizing that that's not you, that's the thing that you got to do. Just realize that these things are actually not you, and that you're literally just the one that's aware of these things. And then like that's literally it. That's actually just it. Now you just need to go and ask for something, and then whatever inspiration that comes to you, inspiration, like not the negative thoughts in the brain, but like thoughts that are coming from the heart, like from a good place, then you just got to go and act upon these things. And it's like it's that simple. But you just got to realize now too that when you're actually just listening to me talk in this video and all that stuff, just realize also that your brain is now going to start telling you things like, it's not that simple. Good things can't be simple. Good things are complicated. And it's like, why are you even listening to whatever he's saying and all that stuff? But again, bro, like that's your mind. Do you not forget? Did you not realize that you have to like distinguish between the mind and then the heart? And then once you do make that distinction between the heart and the mind, bro, whatever you do is going to be beautiful. It's going to be good. Like if you're going to be doing dropshipping, you'll do good, because you're going to be coming into dropshipping in not from a place of lack, like not from like the mind consciousness. You're going to come from like a heart consciousness. And this heart consciousness doesn't think. It doesn't need to think. It just flows through inspiration, and that's it. And it's like, bro, where is that inspiration coming from? We go back to the beginning of what I said in the video. It comes from the bank account that you have with Allah. The freaking unimaginable wealth, like the infinite wealth. And then one last thing is that we usually talk about escaping the matrix and all that stuff, which is becoming very popular nowadays. But it's like, if you think about it, bro, how do you actually escape the matrix? Like, in a nutshell, the way you escape the matrix is just escape the mind. Like, the matrix is the mind, because the mind hears like all these programming things around the world, like on the news, on Twitter, on Instagram, like TikTok, everything, all these like limiting beliefs that are always coming to your mind and polluting it. But it's like the heart, bro, the heart is always clean. Like the heart, the soul, whatever word you want to use, it's always pure. And bro, it's like, you think about it in the Quran, for those of you who are Muslim, you should know this, but there's an ayah that says that Allah, like he blew from his spirit into you. Like, he breathed from his spirit into you. So like, whatever we have right now inside of us, like the soul, is a spirit from Allah. So it's literally like a droplet of water, and Allah is the ocean. So we're literally the droplet of water, and Allah is the ocean. So we always go back to that, right? But then it's like, keep that in mind. If you are the droplet of water from the ocean, that means like that's your source. So if you just learn about the source, which is the infinite thing, the infinite being, that means like that's in you too. Like, you have infinity in you. So if you just go past the mind, escape the matrix, you'll realize like you'll come to a world where it's you. Like, you're the infinite thing, you're the infinite world. And that's actually insane, because bro, like, why is it when someone dies in Islam, we say that to Allah we came and then to Allah we return? Like, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Like, why do we say that? Because it literally just means that we come from Allah and then to Allah we go back. So then like, what are you? Then you are infinity, bro. Like, you're literally freaking infinity. That's insane. So it's like, how are you gonna start having like all these lacking thoughts? So it just makes no sense, bro. And then what's crazy, bro, is that sometimes you learn from people who are in the mind consciousness. Like, they're in the lacking consciousness. And it's like, you'll learn from your teachers who are in the lacking consciousness, or you're learning from like maybe even your parents, or like just your friends. It's like, bro, just realize everyone has that like lacking consciousness. Even me sometimes, bro, obviously even me. But it's like, when you get past that, when you escape the matrix or the mind, bro, the world is actually beautiful. Like, bro, I don't even know what to say. Like, the world is actually freaking beautiful. Like, yeah, obviously like bad things happen and everything, but it's like, you think about it, when bad things do happen, it's like, who is saying that thing that happened is bad? It's you, bro. It's your brain, it's your mind that's saying that. It's like, whatever that's happening, it's not good or bad. It just happens. And as soon as I started having like all this realization and all that stuff, and I started living in the world like in this way, it's just, bro, like doors started to open up. Like, businesses started to boom or bloom, just it started to boom. But it goes back to this, because like this was like the root of it. Like, if it wasn't for this, I would have still been stuck in the matrix, you could say. And everyone else is in the matrix, bro. But it's like, you look at people who are doing well in life and who are like actually joyful, and it's like, you just see them and you feel comfort when you see them and you hear them. Like, it's because they're living from that state. Like, they're living from the heart consciousness. It's a very simple thing, but once you do it, like, again, it opens up doors, bro. So I hope this video was helpful. I don't usually make videos like these just because I don't know if you guys like them, but I was just thinking and I was like, bro, I think I'm doing the world a disservice if I don't talk about these things. So these things are important, and if it wasn't for these things, like, man, I don't know. I think I would have been like a freaking drug addict. I don't know. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was helpful, then please let me know. If you actually want to hear me talk more about these things, because I just kind of like touched upon like the surface level knowledge of this, then let me know, bro, because like I can make more videos like this, because I know they've been very helpful for me, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be very helpful for you too.